two of them. Oh, there's contact. There's contact. And there's contact between Cheryl Paul and Campbell Pilling. Straight outside. Yeah, give me 1 minute.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. I've stayed in the shade.
One, two, five, off we go.
I'm losing springs like there's no tomorrow.
If you've not watched before, this is the pre-grid or the dummy grid, where the drivers are put onto the place where they qualified. They'll then go onto the track and have 1 lap, maybe 2 laps, where they can clear the engines out, get a bit of tyre temperature into the tyres, before forming up, as you see them now, 2 by 2 at a reduced pace, and then coming round the last corner, approaching the start-finish line. The karts need to be in the tram lines that are painted on the track, and as the red lights go out, they are allowed to break formation and start racing. But particularly tricky here at Llandow because, as you can see, the first corner is into a chicane, so normally a bit of a traffic jam, and we get underway. Normally a bit of a traffic jam into the first chicane, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We have a few DRS125 drivers missing for this race with holidays or other things, so I'm sure they'll be tuning in and completely dismayed that Mark isn't commentating and I'm having to fill in when I can. So Sam Faulkner leading them round. Really important to get some tyre temperature on this rolling lap. It's not really permitted to tyre weave, so the drivers throw the kart around a bit in the corners just to get the tyres to slide a bit, just to switch them on. And then of course it depends what tyre pressure they're running. So in the slicks it can be anywhere between 8 psi and 11 psi. We're using the Vega tyres that are made in Italy, near Serrano in the north of Italy. Established in 1980. Fantastic tyres from Vega, and fantastic people too. So we're using the Vega red tyre here in the DRS100 and the DRS125. So Faulkner bringing them down now, approaching the lights. And looks like we're racing straight into the lead for Faulkner. Now, as I said, a bit of a traffic jam, and it's important that they get into line as quickly as possible because they don't want to lose the train that is behind Faulkner. Everybody through without any incident so far. So as we come down the straight for the first time, it's Faulkner from Ethan Critchley, who has just moved up only a meeting ago from DRS 100, making the jump. And then I think we've got Ben Gartside in third, Firaz Bilbasi in fourth, Oliver Owen in fifth, and Tom Snake in sixth, JJ McGing in seventh, Carl Watt in eighth, Tommy Welsh in ninth, and Kurt Foudry in 10th. So Faulkner now flicking the kart a little bit into the chicane. Obviously hasn't quite got the grip that he wants. So the kart's doing around about 65 miles an hour down the straight here at Llandow. Really difficult to brake, important to brake straight and not let the kart slide. If you enter the last corner with the kart sliding, kills all the power off the corner. So you'll see the drivers under braking, even if it does go slightly to the left, because the brake is on the rear on the left on a kart. So the trick is just to use enough brake pressure just to keep the kart, you know, as straight as possible. Let's have a look here with Sam. And you see the kart wants to go left, but obviously you can control it under the brake and get a good exit. So Tom Snape now is looking quite closely at Oliver Owen. Ollie, a winner at round 1, if I remember right, in the wet. And Tom Snape, also a winner at Wilton, I think, in the previous round. Ben Gartside, winner last time out at Rissington. So pretty even field. Tom having a look there, but thinking better of it under the brakes. But now he'll be wanting to try and build some pressure onto Ollie, force him into a little mistake, and get by and get onto Firas Bilbasi, because Tom does look slightly quicker at this stage of the race. Ollie just clipping the curb there. Much better traction for Tom there. Let's follow these two round onto the main straight. Very difficult corner onto the straight, very bumpy, and got to be careful that you don't run too wide. Past seasons we've seen drivers push it to the limit, go very wide, clip the tyres and bend the axle and have an accident. So although you've got to be really quick through that last sector, you can't push it too far. Now, Ethan Critchley has managed to ease up on Sam Faulkner. Perhaps Sam has overcooked his tyres a little bit. Nevertheless, Ethan is looking a bit excited there. Lost it a little bit under braking. But if I was Ethan, I would sit behind Sam and learn from the champion. Learn as much as you can in the heat and the pre-final, and then take what you've learned and use it in the final. Sam, yeah, definitely suffering with a bit of oversteer. Oversteer means that the back of the car is sliding. Understeer is when you turn for the corner and it doesn't turn initially. And this is the experience of someone like Sam, when perhaps the car isn't handling quite as he wants it. He's able to, you know, all the good drivers are able to adapt their driving style or maybe slightly change their line to make sure they get the best out of what they've got. Or if your car isn't handling well, it's important to be even smoother, especially if you're overheating the tyres, because you don't want to make the problem that you've got even worse and also consume your tyres. Llandow is very aggressive, the surface on the tyres. So if you're especially hard on your tyres and the deg on them, the degradation, i.e. how much they wear out, if you take too much out of the tyres in the heats and the pre-final, can really affect your final. So some of these drivers now will be looking where they are in this heat and deciding whether they're just going to stay where they are or push on. Ollie Owen definitely faster than Tom Snape there in the bottom section. What we're looking at here, oh, bit of rally driving. Obviously, who was that? I think that was Tommy Welsh, and he'd got it up over the sausage curb out of the right-hander. And what happens then is the curb goes onto the middle of the floor tray of the car, and the car grips up, and he's very lucky. Like somebody yesterday, it turned sharp left and went into the fence, causing damage. But Tommy lucky this time. Now Tom's a lot closer, and he's actually got up the inside this time. Lovely move. Now can he make it stick on the exit? Ollie's going to look for the inside. He's going to have to yield. 2 into 1. And it's Tom that comes out in front. Now, That was interesting because this is now the, I think this will be, after this lap will be the last lap. Has Ollie got enough left to find a way back? Caught him sleeping a bit there, Tom. But yeah, much better exit this time for Tom Snape. I think he's got enough to keep some fresh air between him and Ollie as they come onto the back straight. Back to the front, and Faulkner and Critchley still together. Now, will Ethan fancy a little go on this last lap, or is he happy, as I said before, just to sit behind Sam and learn a bit? Plenty of gap now between Tom Snape and Oliver Owen as our leaders come into the chicane for the last time and enter down the main straight. Faulkner's got enough of a gap, probably 4 or 5 lengths there. Ethan closing up on the brakes. But it's Sam Faulkner taking the first win today. Ethan Critchley in second. Ben Gartside in third. Firaz Bilbasi in fourth. Tom Snape in fifth. And Oliver Owen in sixth. Carl Watt seventh. JJ McGing in eighth. Kurt Foudry in ninth place. And rounding out the top 10 was Tommy Welsh, despite that little off couple of laps ago. So that's your DRS125. We're going to be looking at the DRS100s. They will be out on track at 12:45. So for now, we'll join you back in a few minutes' time.
Thank you.
Come on, Sam. Oh, Jesus Christ. The old thing again.
Doesn't get easier, does it? He's defeated, look, it's on the leg on the back.
I know, exactly.
Did you say I was?
Yes, thank you.
Well done. Did you get past him at the first goal? What? Did you get past him at the first goal? Yeah.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
yours? Or the little nut?
Stop. 10 past. Start your engine, guys.
Okay, so we got the DRS125, and it's Sam Faulkner leading just as he did do in the first heat. But this time it's Ben Gartside, our winner from Rissington last time, into second place. And I was talking with Ben's father in the interval, and he let me know that that was his first win in 6 years of racing. So both father and son really chuffed with that result at Rissington. But his dad less chuffed about Ben, who has a couple of times over this weekend hit a curb badly and damaged the rear sprocket. But he's looking good now in second place. Ethan Critchie, though, cruising up onto the back of Ben. And once again, you've got this situation where, as in the DRS62s with Jack Robinson, you've got someone in the lead who rarely makes a mistake. It's Sam Faulkner. So you've got to keep him honest, and you've got to keep in touching distance. And we've got a spinner there. Has he spun or managed to get back on? Couldn't quite see who that was. It may have been JJ McGinn. But we're just 6 minutes to go. Sam starting to edge away, and Ethan Critchley now realizing that he's going to have to do something about Ben Gartside. If he wants that P2 position, we've seen that move so many times in the middle section there. Looks like there's so much more traction and grip if you just run a slightly bit of a narrow line. And if the person in front goes a bit to the left, you can get it up the inside and make the pass. But Ethan, for me, looking a little bit faster down the straight as they thread their way through the chicane. Bit of understeer there for Ben Gartside. Had to give it a lot then. So maybe his front tyres are working a little bit too hard and starting to grain. And when we say grain, it means that the rubber starts to peel off quite a lot, and sort of looks like a rubber when you're rubbing something out, you know, when you have a pencil and you get lots of ridges across the surface, and the tyre then starts to overheat and losing grip. Let's have a look this time. Yeah, he still looks to me on left-handers, he's got quite a bit of understeer, so that's going to hurt him there and on this corner. But the good thing is that with tyres and temperature, the tyre can start to clean itself up and the grip be restored. So let's see, with just under 4 minutes left, how that will affect Ben Gartside. Sam Faulkner probably with a lead, I would say, of about 15 lengths. And Ethan Critchley just dropping off the back just a little bit of Ben Gartside. Firaz Bilbasi up into 4th. Tom Snape in 5th. And Oliver Owen in 6th position. So we're just looking at the battle here with Oliver Owen and Carl Watt. In 6th and 7th place. Midfield really spaced out a little bit. Carl Watt inching up, in actual fact looking much closer this time on Ollie Owen. So perhaps next time around Carl will be looking. Oh, and there's a problem there for Ollie Owen. Something's happened. Just seemed to lose power. He's looking down. I wonder if it's something to do with his fuel tank or fuel line. Hit the curb there. Or maybe he could have snapped his throttle cable. Whatever it is, Oliver, number 5, is out of the race. With just under 2 minutes left. And here we see a replay of Ethan Critchley. Ooh, high, wide and handsome there. Just didn't get into the brake enough, and acknowledges that. And Ben Gartside must have had a smile on his face as he just did the cutback and retook his position. And that has allowed Firaz Bilbasi, our DRS plate, the opportunity to close up a little bit. But this race still being controlled by Sam Faulkner with just over a minute to go. But Ethan Critchley, I don't think he's done yet. He's managed to recover from that late braking experience, and again he is in striking distance of Ben Gartside. So Ben's going to have a couple of difficult laps with just about 40 seconds left. So for sure another couple of laps of this pre-final for the DRS125 here at Llandow. So with 22 seconds left, the next lap around will be the last lap. Literally hitting the curb there. Doesn't want to do that too much. As I said, hit the curbs here too hard and you can take the chain off, and obviously that is then a retirement. But at the same time, to drive this Llandow circuit in a fast manner, sometimes you have to use some of the curb. Now, Ethan has realised that, had a little look there, that Firas Bilbasi is now a lot closer. Now, is Gartside going to go defensive on this last lap? Sam Faulkner's not. I mean, he's cruising away in first place. But Critchley now just looking over his shoulder, and Firas, without doubt, is a lot closer. Let's see what happens when they come through the chicane and out onto the back straight for the last time. Sam Faulkner easily away. And Critchley, and as they were, Sam Faulkner wins from Ben Gartside. Ethan Critchley and Firas Bilbasi in fourth. Tom Snape, P5. Carl Watt in P6. Tommy Welsh, P7. Kurt Foudry in P8. Mark Lawrence in ninth. And in 10th place, Peter Hugula. We'll be back in a few minutes for the next race, which will be the DRS 100 pre-final, which will enter the track at 2:30.
Start your engines, guys.
DRS125 grid ready to hit the track. And if you've just tuned in, expecting to hear the professional tones and commentary of Mark Fell, the DRS commentator, unfortunately Mark is unwell and not able to be here with us this weekend. I'm sure all the paddock wish Mark the best and hope he gets well soon. Because as you can probably tell, I'm not that great at commentating. Good at doing engines and karts, but anything is better than nothing on the commentary, but maybe not. So, I was just looking then for Sam Faulkner because Ethan Critchley came through, but there he is. Yeah, Sam is, I don't know if he had a problem on the outlap, but Ethan some distance ahead. So they'll be forming up in a couple of corners' time. Indeed, he slowed it right down there. Firaz Bilbasi. Or is this a bit of game? Fun games from Sam, making them slow up and choking up the engine a bit. But they all look bunched up together. So we've got Sam Faulkner in pole. Ethan Critchley on P2. Ben Gartside P3. Firaz Bilbasi P4. Let's see how they do off the line. Looks in good order. And Critchley immediately loses 3 places. A real slow getaway. And Ben Gartside making contact with Sam Faulkner. Now, did Faulkner go off? He did. So, couldn't quite see from here, but it looks like there was contact and Sam was helped onto the grass there. Nevertheless, this is going to make for an exciting race with Gartside leading. Who is in second? That is Oliver Owen. Now, Oliver Owen, who didn't finish the last race, has had a fantastic start up into second. Ethan Critchley now in third. Tom Snape in P4. So where is Faulkner? He's in fifth. And behind him is Bilbasi. So let's just see what is happening here. So here comes Sam up the inside of Firaz. Makes the move. And yeah, making it stick there on the replay. So Oliver Owen now into second. Here comes Faulkner up the inside of Tom Snape. And Oliver Owen actually getting closer to Ben Gartside. So, we are going to have a race on our hands in a moment with Ben Gartside. Everything is closing up, and we've got a retirement here. And oh dear, we've got a problem there for Tommy Walsh. Obviously, as he maybe heard, his ridge. So maybe a problem for Tommy Walsh there, early retirement. Meanwhile, Ben Gartside has managed to put a couple of lengths between himself and Oliver Owen. But here comes Sam Faulkner, and he is cruising onto the back of Ethan Critchley. Not a great exit there for Ben Gartside, and closer for Oliver Owen. So very soon, we're going to have a train of 5 DRS125s, all of very similar speed, literally 0.3, 0.2 difference between them. And I think where we're going to see all the action is at the end of the straight, the main straight. But winner last time out at Rislington, Bengart side, currently leading. Can he do another win? All the drivers there absolutely in line, not trying any moves, because I think they've all realised that they don't want to make a mistake, especially if you're in P3, P4, P5. You don't want to lose the first two, so all of them being a bit cautious at the moment with just about 7.5 minutes to go, so a long way to go. So they're all just checking each other out. But Critchley looks like he's determined this lap. Indeed he is, he comes down the inside. Couldn't quite slow it down. Now he's got a problem on the inside with Oliver Owen. Sam Faulkner trying to get in the action, but do you see what I mean? Just that one move has allowed Bengart side to get another 8 or 9 lengths ahead. You see it here, Critchley has to slow down more because he was coming potentially into the side of Bengart side there. Such is the nature of the corner. But look, now Faulkner has managed to get into third. Just seeing a replay here. And in fact, Tom Snape managed to get both of them. But I think, as we'll see, Faulkner managed to get the move back, which sees Snape back down to fourth, Faulkner up to third, still Ollie Owen in second place, Bengart side still winning, out in front. So a brief respite and gap between first and second and third. Overtake just happening on the background there. I think that might have been Ethan Critchley, who obviously has lost a few places, a terrible couple of laps. So if we just do a check on the times, and last lap for Gart side was 45.285, 45.266 for Oliver Owen, but it's Sam Faulkner, fastest lap, 44.971. And remember, in the grand final, there are points for the fastest lap. Now look how close together they are now. This will be incredible pressure for Bengart side. 5 minutes with Oliver Owen and Sam Faulkner on his rear bumper. No thank you. Faulkner up the inside. That's the only second time we've seen the move on that left-hander. He's made it stick. Beautiful move there. Under the braking. Just got the nose in and then tight on the exit to cover it off. Got the move done. Now he's on to Gart side. Picking up quite a toe then. So will he try a move in the middle section of this Llandow track? Catch Ben napping, or will he wait till the main straight, pick up the toe and make the move under braking? Not quite close enough here, so I think it's going to be the end of the straight. Definitely has more traction. In fact, so much more traction. He's managed to get up the inside, makes the move, 2 wheels on the rumble strip, but he's through. Gart side down into second. And an excellent corner there from Faulkner. Managed to get a gap between him and Gart side. Enough of a gap so the slipstream wasn't in effect for Bengart side, who will be ruining that another victory has been taken from him, and in actual fact, Ollie Owen making the move into second. So in the space of a lap, Paul Bengartside has gone from first to third, just unsettled there, and Oliver Owen doing the move on Ben there on the replay that Faulkner did to him a lap earlier. But has Owen got any pace left to close up the gap to Sam Faulkner? I don't think so. 0.7 difference there, the gap from Faulkner to Oliver Owen. Time check for Sam Faulkner, the last lap for him was a 45.160. Oliver Owen 45.483, and Bengartside 45.852. So it looks like Faulkner has got a bit of time in his pocket, and even by going off circuit on the opening lap, he has managed to dig deep, survive, and get back into P1. Oliver Owen now definitely pulling away from Bengartside. In actual fact, even though Sam Faulkner did a 44.971 last time around, Ollie Owen managing to do a 45.3. His best lap so far has been a 45.177. So Bengartside now is going to have the attention of Tom Snape. Our winner from Wilton. Now, Firas Bilbasi behind him, and Ethan Critchley behind him. Remember him, he was beginning of this race right up the front, had a right mare of a couple of laps early on in this race and hasn't really recovered. Carl Watt in 7th, JJ McGing in 8th, Kurt Faldry in 9th, and Mark Lawrence in 10th. Just over a minute of this DRS125 final left. Ollie Owen definitely got some clean air now between himself and Bengartside. So another lap, and then after this one, next time around, will be the last lap. And I can't help but feeling that we're going to see some moves for 3rd, 4th and 5th position. The last time down the straight. And Tom Snake just made a mistake there. Went onto the sausage curb a little bit, but Firas Bilbasi, and he's got Critchley, that was, sorry, going wide. And really taking himself out of any contention for any last lap moves, I think. But it's as they were. Sam Faulkner crosses the line to start his last lap. But Gartside has managed to get a little closer again to Oliver Owen. So this isn't quite over then. And then we've got a retirement there. That is 3:20. That is JJ McGing. Obviously a technical problem. Let's see what happens. Mark Lawrence on the inside gets contact. And looks like maybe JJ lost his chain there on the curb as he went off. But it is Sam Faulkner, your winner from Ollie Owen and Bengartside. Tom Snape in 4th, Firas Bilbasi in 5th, and Ethan Critchley in 6th. Carl Watt in 7th place, 8th place for Kurt Faldry, 9th place for Mark Lawrence, 10th place for Peter Hugler, and then your 2 retirements of JJ McGing and Tommy Welsh. earlier on in this final. Nice to see the drivers shaking hands on track. Good bunch, the DRS125s. So another podium for Ben Gartside, this time in third place, but his dad will be happy. And a fantastic recovery from Oliver Owen after pulling off in the previous race. Sam there, look, definitely holding his neck a bit because he's not been out at all this year. And trying to get fit because he will be one of the drivers going to Italy in a few weeks' time to race in the World Finals. Just finished his uni course. And Ollie Owen there on the scales. All looks good from his body language. Happy dad there, Graham. Okay, everybody. Thank you for a fantastic day's racing at the Daniel Ricciardo Series here in Llandow, round 5. Some excellent racing, some exciting racing. So now it's a presentation. We're going to start off with the DRS62 Academy. And in third place today, number 64, give it up for Cruz Dalton. Well done, mate. And in second place, a new driver to the championship, number 93, Ilya Vilecchio. Well done. And in first place, I'm really pleased for him and his dad, because I know they've been testing and starting off this year. Number 55, Lucas Esser. Well done. Well done. Well done. Any pictures, guys? Okay, that's our academies drivers of the DRS62. Well done, guys. Okay. So now into the DRS62 Supers. In third place, fantastic result for Daxton Groves. Well done, Dax. In second place, number 3, Oscar Walsh. And your winner today, DRS Jack Robinson. Well done. Your DRS62 Supers. Any more pictures? Okay. Well done, guys. Now we're looking at the DRS125s. And your Masters winner today is DRS Firas Bill Basie. Here he is. Forgot your race suit.
Yeah, as always.
Can't get the stuff. And in third place, what a race it was at the beginning. 183, Ben Gartside. Second place today, number 5, Ollie Owen. Hey. And your winner today, first race this season after a bit of a sabbatical, number 1, Sam Faulkner. Well done, Sam. Well done, guys. Your DRS125s. So now we move to the DRS100s, and your leading novice rookie today in 10th place, number 162, Cassidy Southall. Well done, Cass. Well done, mate. Well done, Cass. You just want to go there. Just that's it. Super. Okay. And then your top 3. Number 7, Bryn Calder in 3rd place. Well done, Bryn. Second place today, DRS, Freddie Cox. And your winner today, I'm really pleased for James and his dad because I know they put a lot of effort in. Fantastic day for them. Number 150, James Kochilek. Your DRS 100 podium. That's super. Thank you very much. Thank you to all the marshals and all the staff here at Llandow and the DRS team. We'll see you in a few weeks' time. Where are we going next, Sam? I can't remember. Where are we going next? Houghton Park in Ellesmere Port for round 6 of the Daniel Ricciardo Series. We'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.